And now we face the final challenge of Wolongfallen Dynasty. The once innocent guide who helped us through the burning village of calamity at the start of the game, now possessed by UG, the Taoist in black. In a twist of fate, we fight our friend to release him from his binds from the dark embodiment of Chi. But with the dragon's elixir field embedded into his body, this will be the finest trial. Thank you for tuning in for what will be the final boss fight series guide for Wolong. This is the Blindfolded Boy.
Boy. Everything is different, boy.
I would refer to this boss, the Blindfolded Boy, as essentially the third phase of the previous boss, UG, the Taoist in black. In that much of the move set that UG uses in his boss fight, at least in the first phase, is almost identical to the Blindfolded Boy. Just with the Blindfolded Boy, each of his attacks seems to be a little bit more accentuated, in that there are more hits in each of the attacks, even though they look very similar, or they're kind of drawn out a little bit more. I put the Blindfolded Boy's boss fight above UG, the Taoist in black, because the second phase of UG's fight is just stupid. He transforms into the embodiment of Chi, which is this big, chaotic demon that messes up the camera angles, and he's too big to tell in which direction and the timing of each of his unblockable attacks, and it's kind of just luck to defeat him. So I actually put UG pretty low on the totem pole of my favorite boss fights in Wolong. So my quintessential tip for you to fight the Blindfolded Boy is going to be as follows. The Blindfolded Boy is very agile, number one, and he's got a robust moveset in that he does a lot of lunging and a lot of retreating with his sword, and he has all sorts of magic in every type of element. And how you would translate that into your own strategy for fighting him is going to be finding a balance between aggression and defense. If you're going in, trying to catch him and get as many combos in as you possibly can, he's going to get a variety of random hits on you, taking out your health bar, dropping your health potions. But if you're too defensive and you're spacing too much, he's going to hit you with a lot of ranged magic. He has a broad set of unblockable attacks, some being melee martial attacks and some being of a magical ranged variety. Anytime he does this big red glowing ball of chaotic energy, you're going to make as much space as you possibly can because of how fast he shoots at you. The timing for actually sending it back at him is very, very tight. So you don't want to be close when he's doing that. You can tell he's going to do that when he starts floating up into the air and charging it. He charges it into 3 different steps, and it grows larger with each step. It's also pretty easy to mix up that ball of chaotic energy unblockable attack that he does with his fireball attack, where he kind of does the same thing. He goes up into the air and he starts charging 3 massive suns to shoot at you. That's not an unblockable, but you can parry each of those 3 fireballs. His various sword attack unblockables are pretty easy to deflect, and is probably going to be your main source of stagger buildup. And the one attack that I found killed me the most was his charge grapple attack, where he grabs you and he does like a forced choke on you. And I find that every single time he did that, if I had like 3/4 of my health bar, I would be dead. Now, over time, you can learn the tight timing for parrying that grapple attack, or you can try to dodge out of it, but it might just take a little bit of time. It's worth learning how to parry that unblockable, but don't be surprised if you die a few times to it. A lot of his magical ranged attacks are very easily avoided, that being his frost pillars that he drops, the swords that he shoots at you, the frost icicles he shoots at you. The one that's going to do a lot of damage if you get hit is going to be his fire spray, and he also has a earthquake attack that he'll do that has big AoEs on the fighting arena. It doesn't do a lot of damage, and is quite difficult to dodge. He also has a variety of lightning pillars that he'll shoot down. Same thing, if you kind of just dodge backwards, it's pretty easy to avoid because it spreads out with a lot of openings to dodge in between each lightning pillar. As with most fights in Molong, make sure you're practicing patience, make sure you're hitting those deflects so you can get massive damage. Spend some time learning each combo and each attack in your enemy's moveset, and just make sure you don't give up, because with a little bit of time you can get through each fight. There's not really any fight in this game that's overly difficult compared to some games in the Souls-like genre. Anyways, I found this fight was a lot of fun, and I hope you do too, and I hope you can get through it, and hopefully this guide will help you get there. So, as always, like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next one. Adios, everybody.